It's there! Against all the odds! Celebrations out on the pitch!
And yeah, it's white and green, you know what I mean. And maybe the time is right for us to back our team. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
And what a beautiful sight I've just seen.
And yeah, it's Champions League and you know what we need. And maybe the time is right for us to find our dreams. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight. And don't be down and don't be such a mess. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
Against all the odds! Celebrations out on the pitch!
So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
It's there! Against all the odds! Celebrations out on the pitch!
And yeah, it's white and green, you know what I mean. And maybe the time is right for us to back our team. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down behind our dreams. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and we stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight. And don't be down and don't be such a mess. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
Against all the odds.
Tango! Tango! Let's go. I can't quick, like my arms ain't long enough.
That's the mascot, some of the mascots.
Well, that's why we've laughed out all day. Do you want to do it? Or do you want to cancel? Do you want to claim your mum's cancellation?
No, I asked him about it about a month and a half ago. Yeah, an email. Yeah.
Hello everyone. Thanks for the welcome. Just double checking with Jack that it is Tuesday night and not Friday night, as per the social media post that was incorrectly put out earlier on. We do apologise for that, but just double checking, Jack, it is Tuesday night. As you can see as well, we're in the beautiful blue kit tonight. What do you think of the kit, Jack? It is a very nice blue, isn't it? That's the reason why we picked it, to be fair. And you double check if you want, but yeah, I definitely did pick this kit. No, it's fully professional. No, the pitch is actually really good, considering the weather that's happened over the last 24 hours. Yeah, like I said, I don't think it should affect us. If anything, it'll affect both teams. You know, they obviously play on a grass pitch every other week, but to be honest, it's a really good grass pitch, so yeah, I don't think we'll have an issue. Yeah, absolutely. The gaff said it before the game, and a few of the players did as well, to be fair. It's obviously on our mind, but you know, it's quite a long time since that game, and to be fair, since then we've bounced back pretty much straight away and done really well. It's got some really good results, and yeah, hopefully tonight won't be the same as the first game of the season.
Oh yeah.
Come, just tomorrow? Hey.
Bit of a delay here, Jack. Don't know what's going on. Can't tell. Can't. No.
Apologies for a little delay, everybody. We were supposed to have co-coms tonight, as you've been listening to Jacob talk to himself for the last 5 minutes, but for now commentary wasn't working, so you're back hearing my voice as usual. We'll try and bring the superstar secretary back in a sec. But for now, Jordan Marshall with the ball at left back goes back to Jack Bodden, who just takes a swipe up clearance. One thing I'm noticing straight away from kickoff is that Harrison Maguire is playing in midfield, which is a surprise really. I don't think I've seen Harrison play that position since I've been here, certainly. Now it's back with Bodenham. Headed away by today's makeshift captain Danny Davis, covering in for the injured Danny Redmond and also Ryan Brobble, who makes the bench due to being currently out with an illness, but he is fit enough to make the bench. Luther flicks it on to Jordan Williams, tries to play a through ball to Dan Williams, but it's cut out by Briton Ferry. Play up to Walters, the big number 9, who scored in the reverse fixture, which was a lovely goal. Goes out for a Briton Ferry throw in. Kean Jenkins to take this throw in for Briton Ferry. Intercepted by Davis, gets it across to Jordan Marshall. Tries to play it forward to Jordan Williams, but it's cut out by the captain Alex Gammons. Bodenham tries to go over the top towards Jordan Williams' run. Gammon tracks him though, the captain, and eventually cuts it out for a TNS corner, their first of the game. Sorry for the technical delay, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to get Jacob on commentary. I think it's just Ian Williams trying to do everything he can to stop Jacob from doing this. But I think we are back now. Sorry for any technical difficulties.
Hopefully everyone can hear me and Jack, not just me.
So now Marshall on the left wing. Looks to beat the number 8, Tom Price, but he cuts it out. Bodenham gets an interception though. Price sends it back forward. Corness is underneath that. Wins the first ball, but it bounces down to Price again. Plays it forward, looking for the run of Thomas Walters, but captain Danny Davis cuts that out. One thing I will say, Jacob, now you're back and we can both talk, is what's your thoughts on Harrison playing midfield?
Yeah, he played midfield for Oldham actually before he came here. I think he might have played for Oldham in the Football League in midfield. So yeah, he's played that position many a times before, but even a higher level, so I'm sure he'd be fine.
So Rickley Owen puts it across the box towards Walters. Looks like it's gone out for a goal kick, which it does. It's a bit hard to tell from this angle about goal kicks and corners because of the slope on the 6-yard box. So Briton Ferry's crowd always a bit lively, all 6 of them in the corner.
Yeah, they're making an atmosphere out of it, aren't they? Fair play.
Nearly as good as Llandudno's at home on Saturday.
Yeah, they were class. Giving son to the line, though, to be fair. He was actually here tonight. He's just got over all the abuse that he had.
I did see him having a very long discussion with...
I think he had a great
Harrison.
game, to be honest. I think he had a great game.
We don't condone diving, and he got it right. So, Jordan Marsh now on the left wing, being held up by Ryan George. Looks like a foul. Jordan Marshall continues though, and the ref does pull it back for the foul on Marshall.
Yeah, good work by Marshall. He got the better of the defender there, to be fair. And yeah, won himself a free kick.
So it'll be corner to deliver this free kick. Wide on the left hand side. Good position for him to put a cross in with his left foot.
You don't need fucking two. Now you do.
Big shout out to Simon Spender, who's watching
Cornes
from
was the one to the
overseas.
back post, looking for Harrison. Sorry, Danny Davis, but it's headed away by Briton Ferry and cleared further again by the Reds. Cornes gets onto the second ball though and puts it back to the edge of the box. Walters heads it more behind himself, and now it's with Dan Williams. Gets some space in the right, puts it into the box, and Jordan Williams finishes it at the front post. The Cymru Premier top goal scorer continues in his rich vein of form just over 6 minutes into the game. Sorry for Jacob singing. But just getting Stato shouting what time the goal was for me. So just apparently in the 7th minute, but just over 6 minutes into the game, Dan Williams gets a little bit of space in the right wing, manages to cut past his marker into the front post. It looks like it might have actually come off the goalkeeper. I'd need to see a second replay of that. But for now, we'll give it to Jordan Williams, who is the top goal scorer in the Cymru Premier, and he's now scored more goals in the Cymru Premier at this point than he has ever before in his entire career in a single season. What do you think's happened
to be
with Jordan?
fair, it's a great start from us. Really good start. We put them on the back foot a few times already, and we're only in the 7th minute. So we obviously got our goal from that. So yeah, brilliant start.
So you've been here at the club for longer than me, and as you know, Jordan Williams is such a hard worker and he's a fantastic footballer. Known to normally get 10 to 15 a season. What do you think's happened to him this year? He's blown up almost in terms of his goal scoring rate.
Yeah, he's playing in a slightly different position. He's playing more central than he usually has done in the past few years. I think he's just been a little bit more ruthless in how he's playing. He's playing right on the shoulder of the defender. And yeah, he's getting his rewards. He's in again here, to be fair.
Speaking of, Jordan Williams gets a shot away. It looks like it's bounced off Connor Smith and it's gone out for another corner. And I'm getting confirmation from the Cymru football app that it isn't Jordan's goal. It's gone down as an Alex Gammond own goal, the skipper for Briton Ferry.
Absolute disgrace. Just don't want him to get top goal scorer, do they? Disgrace.
Jacob doing his Drogba impression. Corner from Ben Clark, headed away by Briton Ferry. Louis Phillips out wide, back to Clark. Lovely cut back onto his left foot, gets across into the front post, but claimed by Will Fuller, the goalkeeper for Briton Ferry. It's a big kick, but it's going to bounce all the way through to Nathan Shepherd. Now TNS have possession again with Marshall, who will send the ball forward. Connor looked like it was Ryan George, sorry. And the number 12, Leo in, comes away with the ball down to the 23, Michael Bates. To Jenkins on the left side, back to Bates. Cuts it back to the left wing, but Josh Daniels is quick on his case, so it's bounced to Leo in. Briton Ferry have managed to get a few numbers forward here onto the left wing area, deep into the box. Leo Owens, the free man, but luckily it bounces away from him. Just a little bit of a let off there, wasn't it, Jacob?
Yeah, a little bit. He was left free in the 18-yard box there. I think if it was a better cross, probably would have had a chance of going in. But yeah, we need to be better a little bit with things like that.
I think it's the first time I've seen a group of men in Santa hats shouting abuse at people from a sideline. It's the festive time of year. But a goal kick for the New Saints. Shepherd pumps it over the halfway line. Dan Williams is underneath it, but Lewis Bates gets there first. Now it's back with Cian Jenkins. He sends the ball forward looking for Walters. Good chest control from him, but Corness intercepts. And now Marshall has time to clear it, which he does. Headed back forward by Briton Ferry. Bates has the ball now on the centre of the pitch. Clips a ball looking for Ryan George, but it's over his head and out for a throw right in front of the TNS technical area. Marshall takes that quickly on to Bodenham. Back to Marshall now. He hooks it forward, trying to go over the head of the Briton Ferry captain Gammon, but eventually the ball's broken to Dan Williams on the left wing. Connor Smith holding him up. Corness keeps the ball alive. It's back with Dan Williams, but eventually it bounces to Tom Price, and he wins a throw-in for Briton Ferry. So throw in here from Ryan George. Long throw up the line. Bounces over Bodenham's head. Now Price has got a bit of space to put a cross into it, but he's put way too much on that. And it'll go out for a throw in, luckily for TNS on the far side. Again, TNS just caught out from a long ball from a throw in there.
Yeah, we've let them back into the game a little bit since our goal. They've obviously got the ball or nearly into the box a couple of times. I think the pitch has helped us a little bit when they tried to play that final ball. I think it's bobbled up ever so slightly there, but yeah, after the goal we have let them in a little bit more than what we should have done.
So Jenkins throws it forward. Bodenham wins the first ball. Back out to Jenkins. He plays it forward to Walters. Walters back to Jenkins. Touch trying to get around Danny Davis, but he does well, the TNS captain. Bates tries to cut that out in midfield. Into Lee Owen. He spreads it out wide to Smith, and it's good tracking back from young Louis Phillips. Handed a rare start here in the league, Jacob.
Yeah, he started really well. I think this game might suit him a little bit more than usual. So yeah, he's fully credit to him having a start.
Ben Clark wins possession back for the New Saints. Dan Williams now. A little bit of space to try and pick a pass into Ben Clark's feet. He tries to switch it onto Louis Phillips, which he does well. Phillips waiting for the overlap from Marshall. Marshall's first time ball into the box, and it's headed away by Gammond. I just mentioned with Louis Phillips, I feel like we all know how good of a technical footballer he is. I think he's just got to learn the physical side of the game a little bit. We've seen him in games as he is a young lad.
Yeah, he's obviously started a few games already this season, and he's done really well. Obviously, he's a small little player, but yeah, he's a great little talent, and obviously still quite young as well.
And he's a great post-match interview as well. It's easy to edit because it's 12 seconds long.
Maybe you need to teach him a few things, Joe.
Clark into the 6-yard box. Goes to bounce out to Phillips, but it's cleared by Briton Ferry first. Marshall now. Shepherd now has plenty of time to pick a pass. He decides to go over the right wing, looking for the run of Josh Daniels, headed away by Jenkins. Bates flicks it on further. Now it's with Leo in midfield. Looks for the switch towards Ryan George, but puts way too much on that. It'll go straight through to Shepherd. So over the top from Bodenham. Jordan Williams tried to control it, but it's bounced off him into Leo Owen's feet. Harrison Mackay pressing though. Pressing well. Fuller's forced to clear it for Briton Ferry. Davis gets underneath it well. Leo Owen heads it back down looking for Ryan George. Marshall does really well to hold him off. So Corness goes first time looking down the wing, headed away by Smith. George now up the line to Price. Now it's into Lee Owen's feet on the middle of the park. Sent forward by the captain, Gammond, but it's cut out by Davis. Marshall up the line. Clark's got to hold off Smith here. Into midfield to Corness. Back to Clark. Price wins it for Briton Ferry in a dangerous area. Back to Smith, the right back. Cut out by Ben Clark. Dominic Corness gets a second touch onto it. Flicked forward by Williams, but again, it's just turning a little bit scrappy in here. Bit of pinball, just get the ball onto the floor. Price now has it for Briton Ferry, and it's cleared by Dan Williams. Sent straight back forward, though, by Gammond. Walters jumping with Davis. Davis wins the first header. Flicked away by Mackay. Brought down by Bates. Now Smith again. Looks for the switch to Jenkins. Good ball from him as well. Sorry, it's not Jenkins. It is Jack Fanning. Big chance there for Briton Ferry. Luckily, the shots from Fanning is straight at Nathan Shepherd.
Yeah, again, like I said before, we have let them into the game a little bit more than what we should have done after our goal. We need to get ourselves back into this and get a hold of it a little bit more.
I think the one thing TNS and Craig Harrison want his teams to do is try and play into the hands of Briton Ferry in terms of it becoming a scrappy game.
Yeah, as you've seen from the last minute or so there, it was extremely scrappy. Obviously the conditions don't necessarily help us, but we're not going to make any excuses. Like I said earlier,
sounds a bit like an excuse, Jacob.
Yeah, it's the same for both teams. Just need to play our own game as much as we can.
Walters now out to Michael Bates. Jenkins into midfield for Lewis Bates. He goes back to Jenkins, the left back. He tries to go up the left wing, but Davis cuts it out. Gammond heads it back to his goalkeeper, Fuller. Just a quick mention as well, obviously, Redmond, usual captain, injured. Sizlovic not in the team. Ryan Brobble, who's also usually steps in as captain, is on the bench due to illness. So after his injury troubles of last season, how good is it to see Danny Davis as captain? But as I say this, Price is in on goal. He's fouled by Josh Daniels, but the referee's pulled up for a head injury. Briton Ferry certain for a penalty. But there's 3 players down at the moment.
Yeah, not really sure what's going on here, Jack.
It was hard to see because obviously the technical area and the pitch.
There was a huge coming together, wasn't there?
It looked like Shepherd on his own man. It looks like Davis is down. I was just talking about his injury problems, so I've commentator's curse a little bit on DD. It also looks like Walters from Briton Ferry is down, but they were certain of a penalty after the fact. From obviously the ball broke to Price, who was in front of an empty net, who was then looked like he was brought down by Josh Daniels, but referee had blown beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, the referee made the right decision. Obviously, there was a head injury or two there in the 18-yard box, so player safety is paramount to start off with.
I think from what I can see, Danny Davis popped his nose. TNS just we can't escape the penalty controversy this week, can we?
No, and again, the refs made the right decision.
Just got a close up here on the monitor next door. It's good that Nathan Shepherd is just sitting up, still looks in quite a bit of pain. Whether it'll be early to say, but a potential debut for Bryn Owen if it means Shepherd can't continue.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Obviously, Shepherd's is a strong lad. Hopefully, he's okay.
Similar happened to him out in North Macedonia, and he carried on. And was man of the match in that game in the second leg.
What a game he had as well, to be fair. Hopefully he can do the same tonight. But yeah, as you mentioned, it'd be a good opportunity for Bryn. He's obviously come through the ranks at Wrexham.
We don't like to mention them here.
I wasn't going to mention them, to be honest. But yeah, obviously he was with us before going to Wrexham as well, so he knows the club very well.
It's always good to see young lads get an opportunity. But in this sort of case scenario, I hope it doesn't come to that.
Yeah, hopefully not. Yeah, hopefully Sheps is okay and manages to carry on.
I feel a bit bad that we're forgetting about Didi here as well, who's also down.
Didi looks fine. He's just got a nosebleed, bless him.
His moustache has been knocked off. So there's a long delay here because I know Walters, the number 9, who scored in this reverse fixture, is also down. But everyone's back to their feet now, so it seems everyone's okay. Didi's got to come off, just hopefully temporarily with the top nose. So it's a good introduction for Didi's first start as captain.
Yeah, hard as nails,
in
lad.
20 minutes.
Hard as nails. He'll be fine.
Hopefully this isn't another moment like we had it with Rory in Europe, or to draw the number on to his shirt.
Yeah, I don't really know why we had to do that, to be honest.
It got some clicks on social media, though.
Well, exactly.
All publicity is good.
That's
good
the
publicity.
reason why we did it.
You can just hear as well the Briton Ferry fans who aren't particularly sympathetic towards Nathan Shepherd. As welcoming as always. But play has continued now. We have looks like a throw in on the far side, just in front of the halfway line. It'll be Jenkins to take. So the ball's bouncing in the centre of the pitch, out to George, number 18. Chest control, but Marshall's favourite to win that, and he does as well. Tries to hook it clear, but it's bounced back to George on the byline. Tries to put it in the box, and it's gone out for a corner, but as you can hear, our co-commentator Jacob disagrees.
Yeah, to be fair, I thought it came off their man. But yeah, the referee's given a corner. Can't change that, can we?
But good news is that Danny Davis is back on the pitch, albeit with a blank shirt.
Yeah, we've not had to draw the number on today, which is helpful.
A positive.
No Tipex.
So, corner for Briton Ferry. Jenkins the take. In towards the back post. Bodenham with a good header away, but it's not clear just yet. Another shot from Jenkins, but it hits the side net. Never troubling Nathan Shepherd there. 22 minutes into the game, it is 1-0 to the New Saints. However, since the goal, I would say Briton Ferry have been the better side. Certainly created the more dangerous chances.
I thought I'd just mention, Jack, we've had a couple of messages about the floodlight post being the current man of the match for the game, and I think he's having a great game in midfield. Obviously, for the viewers that are watching today's footage overseas, we can't do anything about that.
The floodlight's been that good, you say you couldn't take your eyes off him?
Well, we can, because we're sat in a different place to the camera.
So Marshall now right and left back, little slip from him. Ball hasn't gone just yet, but now referee's flagged for a throw-in. Throw-in from George, a long one again. Corness watches it bounce. Lee Owen's on his back. Price is on his back as well, who wins it for Briton Ferry. Ball's bounced out to Lou Phillips. Lovely bit of skill from him to get it forward. And Dan Williams tries to send it forward towards the run of Jordan Williams, but it's going to roll through to Fuller. Fanning and Williams just clashing off the ball there. Not really sure what the defender was thinking. He certainly wasn't looking at the ball and trying to stop Jordan Williams there. Maguire wins the first header from midfield. Sent back forward by Gammond. Header won by Lewis Bates. Maguire wins the second ball though.
Nice shot.
Maguire spreads it out wide to Clark. It goes first time over the top towards Louis Phillips, but he can't bring it down, so it's cleared by Gammond again. And then Smith wins a second header. Headed back forward by Clark. Leo inflicts it back on. It's just turned into Bit of a scrappy game. Harrison Mackay goes diving in and misses the ball. Michael Bates comes away with it and looks like a foul on Walters, which it is. Another thing here is Ben Clark just looks to be struggling with something, but the fourth has flagged to the physio that he's okay, so hoping nothing too serious. It does look like a knock from Clark, but the frustrating thing here is that TNS are giving a few free kicks away in dangerous positions now, in terms of places that don't really need to commit any fouls.
Yeah, to be honest, we've got big lads on the pitch that should be able to defend. We've got 3 centre-halves on the pitch, but let's see what happens.
Looks like an offside there, which it is. It was a good defensive line from the New Saints. One thing I'm noticing, just as a compliment to him, is now that Harrison stepped into midfield, you're noticing a lot more balls are being won in the centre of midfield in terms of in the air. He adds more of a physical presence, as I'd say. I think you just look at the size difference from between Mackay and Corness and Clark and whatnot. I think it's adding a little bit more of a different dimension to the TNS midfield.
Yeah, Briton Ferry are a very physical team. So I think having those 3 players, Danny Davis, Boddenham and Mackay, very physical players themselves, so battling with their front 3.
Yeah, Walters, the number 9 for Briton Ferry. He was a nuisance last time out when these two teams played. He's a physical presence, not the quickest, but he does get his back into his centre halves, and he's definitely an outball for Briton Ferry.
Yeah, he's a strong player. He's not that tall either, to be fair, but they've still got quite a tall team.
So a little bit of space for Boddenham to carry it out from the back here. Boddenham tries to send it forward, but just bobbles before he clears it, so it's gone out for another throw-in. Right back it'll be George to take this long throw once again. So Walters heads it into the centre of the pitch, but Danny Davis is there. Lovely little Cruyff turn as well to continue the possession. Plays it out to Marshall. First time up to Jordan Williams. Good turn from him as well. And now TNS have a little bit of time to break away here. Into midfield for Williams. Quick onto the overlap of Josh Daniels. Forward back to Williams, who continues his run. Out wide to Louis Phillips, who's kind of playing as a bit of a free roamer in that front 3. He's kind of picking up positions all over the final third. Boddenham to Davis. Back on the halfway line now for the New Saints. Price pressing Davis. Looked to have fouled him. Davis carries on though. It's a good run from Danny Davis this. And he manages to get it out wide to Williams. Phillips cuts inside onto a stronger left foot. Puts a cross in. Headed away by Smith. Davis tries to head it back forward, but Walters is onto the second ball. Sent forward by Michael Bates. Boddenham's there to sweep up though. Plays it against Jordan Marshall though, and it's out for another throw-in. George throws it long, but it's headed forward again by Boddenham. You just feel the temperature rising slightly here. Just as you can see a disagreement between the TNS bench and the 4th official.
Yeah, Sarge is trying to get a yellow card for the foul on Danny Davis there, I think.
I think it was a very cynical foul. I can see his point. He has just swiped. Fanning number 22 did just kind of take a swipe at his legs.
He's just kicked him, hasn't he?
It's a very cynical foul. Davis, the honest man, though, did stay on his feet. But the ball's broken to Walters, and it's luckily straight into the hands of Nathan Shepherd, who looks to get play going quickly onto Josh Daniels now, who can drive forward. Walters, the number 9, is trying to track him all the way, and he's pulling his shirt as he goes through. Referee's not interested, though, and I think Briton Ferry are getting away with a few fouls today. Williams tries to play it across the midfield to Clark, but it's intercepted by Lee Owen. He sends it forward now onto the run of Michael Bates. into midfield for Jenkins. Sorry, into this final third. Bates, first time cross into the back post. Shepherd brave though, and it's a good catch from the goalkeeper. He rolls it out to Ben Clark. Cuts past Smith. Back out wide to Marshall on the left wing. Up to Louis Phillips now. Louis Phillips back to Marshall. George looks to have fouled him. He does. That's one of the more softer ones that we've seen be given. We've seen a lot worse go unpunished by the referee.
Yeah, Marshall's done well to win the foul there, to be honest. Yeah, let the sting out of the game a little bit and let us reset. It looks like we're setting this up for a set play.
Free kick from Corness, headed away initially by Briton Ferry. Dan Williams tries to get it down the wing to Josh Daniels, but he's put too much on that and it goes out for a Briton Ferry throw-in. And you say, they won the love, but half an hour into this game, TNS don't look like they're composed selves.
No, I mean, yeah, we need to get control of the game a little bit more, and just take the sting out of it a little bit as well.
I think it's been very stop-start so far. Briton Ferry committing a lot of tactical fouls. Cleared by Gammons. Marshall's got time to bring it down. Lovely first touch from him as well, and he'll send it back forward. Jordan Williams with a great glancing header, but no one's there on the follow-up, and Fuller will be able to clear for Briton Ferry. Davis heads it to Josh Daniels, who plays the 1-2 with Davis. Good play between the two of them. Bodenham now. Forced back to his goalkeeper due to the press from Walters. Big kick from Shepherd. Smith leading into Jordan Williams' back. No foul there, so Clark can carry on with play. Plays it through. Jordan Williams is in here, gets a shot away. Looks like poor goalkeeping. He has got a hand onto that. The shot was initially straight at Fuller, and he's kind of parried it over the bar instead of catching it. It was a bit of a weird save from the goalkeeper, but seems to have done enough for now. You see the replay here. Jordan Williams gets his shot away, and it's really lucky actually from the goalkeeper. It bounces through his legs over the bar.
Yeah, that's a little bit more like it. Won ourselves a corner.
Just starting to move the ball slightly quicker. Clark now with the corner into the front post. Jordan Williams glancing header, and it's a great header from Jordan Williams. That one will definitely go down as his. It is 2-0 to the New Saints. It's a brilliant corner from Ben Clark, but it's an even better header from Jordan Williams. Stood on the front post, and a glancing header onto the top of the crossbar on the near post and in.
Yeah, great corner. It's well worked. Good run by Jord. And against the run of play, Jack, isn't it, really?
It is, and I'm just seeing the replay. If Jordan Williams doesn't touch it, it's going in. I think Clarkey sees that replay. I think Jordan stole his goal. But either way, that is so important for TNS to get the second goal in this game, especially before half-time as well. I think you go in, the team talk changes now from Craig Harrison if they go in 2-0 up.
Yeah, there's still obviously plenty of time in the first half, but yeah, it's a good time to score. It's a great time to score if you're looking at the overall picture of the game and how it was going before that goal.
Yeah, and when you look at the style of play of Briton Ferry, they're very aggressive, very physical, and to score from a set piece is going to be very poor on their end, you'd say, especially when we mention the height they have in their team.
Yeah, but we obviously equalled that out with the team that we put out tonight as well. That's a reason why we've kind of done it. It's worked well.
So Josh Daniels is throwing, put forward by Fanning, cleared by Bodenham. Again, it's bouncing around in the midfield. Corness gets something on it, and Dan Williams will clip it away. Sent forward by Smith, headed away by the New Saints. Now Corness, lovely little ball down the wing, but it looks like he's just put a little bit too much on it and it'll spin out for a throw-in. Good idea though from Corness.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10 he'll be able to make that pass, but I think it bobbled up a little bit just before he hit it, so unlucky from the lad. Great player, by the way.
Yeah, I was about to just mention, obviously, he's approaching halfway through his first season. He's been so important to the New Saints this year.
Yeah, I think, apart from maybe Shep, he's always the first name on the team sheet. Great little player.
The one thing that Dom is probably missing is his first goal.
Yeah, you could say that. I think he scored one in pre-season, maybe. But yeah, he's a great player. Obviously defensive. Keeps the ball for us really well. He's suited down to the ground for us. It's a great signing. Good little signing from everyone.
Giving yourself a bit of credit there as well.
Nah, got nothing to do with that. Wish I could take all the credit, but I just signed the papers.
Great player, but he was never the under-12's top goal scorer, was he?
He might have been for another club, but not TNS. That was me. For anyone who doesn't know, I was top goal scorer under 12s TNS.
Most goals ever in a season, what Jacob told me. The record still stands.
I doubt that.
So Harrison Mackay battling in midfield to win the ball back. He's gone down off the ball, but Jordan Williams will carry on. Tries to play a reverse ball onto Louis Phillips' run. Fanning can see it all the way. Nice, plays it against Louis, and Louis done really well there. He's unlucky not to keep it in.
Yeah, he's working really hard tonight, Lou. He's had a great game so far.
It is a game that suits Louis Phillips because of the space that's going to open up as it continues to go. Obviously, Briton Ferry crowd a lot of players into midfield, and Louis has been very much a free roamer. We've seen him pick up a lot of positions on the left wing, and now he's starting to come more centrally on the right wing. So I think as this game goes on, the more joy he's going to get. So Bodenham looks like he was fouled from behind by Walters. Referee says no. Bodenham goes in for the second ball, wins it, but it bounces out to Michael Bates. Gets his shot away, blocked by Davis though. Comes out to Lewis Bates, the number 2. Spreads it out wide towards Jenkins. He comes inside on his weaker right foot, plays it forward onto his left to Walters. He tries to cut it across goal, blocked by Davis, and it's out for a throw-in. But again, that's another foul the referee hasn't spotted. Walters leading with his elbow from behind. Bodenham didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, I didn't know you were allowed to elbow people in the back of the head anymore, to be honest. Must just be a new rule.
So, ball given away by Michael Bates. Jordan Williams spreads it to Louis Phillips, and the counter-attack is on here. Phillips, good first touch, but it's brilliant tracking back from George, the number 18, to cut that counter-attack out.
Yeah, good defending. We could have made a little bit more of that, I think. But yeah, good break.
And Phillips is there from right there as well, to be fair to him. The first touch is brilliant.
Yeah, great first touch. But the defender's done really well to get over and make the interception.
So throw in to the New Saints. Cleared by Jack Fanning, it looks. Put back forward by Davis. George is underneath the first ball. Corness has got a man on him, but he manages to beat him to it. Smith will head it back forward though for Briton Ferry. Flicked on by Price, and now Walter's got a free shot on goal. It's a brilliant save and claim from Nathan Shepherd. He's done really well to hold on to that, but that chance really came out of nothing there.
Yeah, great save by Sheps. But yeah, that's come out of nothing.
But as with the other end, Jordan Williams has broken into the box, gets a shot away with his weaker right foot, and it's just past the post. He's asking for a corner, but the referee's given a goal kick. So off his weaker right foot, really good attempt from Jordan Williams.
Again, that was out of nothing. It was pretty similar to that Briton Ferry chance. Both
it looks a mistake from Gammond, who tries to head the ball into the ground, and Jordan gets there first. It's about a yard past the post.
Just gone up the hill.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of flashbacks to Carnarvon last season looking at this pitch. Not as extreme though. Carnarvon's corner flags last year in 2 different postcodes is ridiculous. Corness wins the first ball. George will pick it back up for Briton Ferry. Back to Leo in. Smith now. Looks to switch it towards Michael Bates. Now it's with Fanning. Probably taking one too many touches, the defender. And Louis Phillips with a great press to force him back to his goalkeeper. He pumps it back forward. Bodenham's under it. Wins the first header. Lewis Bates flicks it on to Michael Bates. Out wide towards Jenkins now. The overlapping left back. Being held up by Maguire, who's forced back into midfield towards Lewis Bates. He clips it, looking for the back post run of George, but he can't find him, and it'll go out for a TNS goal kick. Just approaching the 40th minute mark, it is 2-0 to the New Saints. Thanks to, we'll say on comms, 2 goals to Jordan Williams, but his first one has, for now, been given as an own goal against the Briton Ferry captain, Alex Gammond.
Yeah, very harsh, very, very harsh.
Did you ever watch it?
Jordan Williams now picks up a little bit of room on the right wing, being held up by Briton Ferry though. Josh Daniels back to Davis on the halfway line. He goes forward looking for Louis Phillips. He tries to chest it into midfield, but Leo in cuts it out and he sends it forward. Marshall's just got a little bit to think about here. Decides to use his strength and see it out for a throw-in, but he's won the foul instead. Brilliant play by Jordan Marshall.
Yeah, again, won himself a good free kick there.
Yeah, he's also recently discovered to be the only man in the entire squad that can spell Sizovic's name right.
I can also do that.
So it took me 3 attempts.
Terrible journalism.
Spelling's not my strong point. You saw how I spelled Tuesday on social today. Jordan Williams pops it into Ben Clark.
Again, just to confirm, it's Tuesday and not Friday.
Yeah, I got a bit mixed up. When you work for this club, it all merges into one because it's so enjoyable. Clark. Wasn't expecting Ben Clark to have the long throw, but
yeah,
we say
not sure
that
where that came from.
Briton Ferry attempting a counter-attack, but Dan Williams back quickly to cut anything out. Imagine there's going to be a big chunk of added time at the end of this first half due to the injury earlier on to Danny Davis.
Oh yes. Reds are 1 up. Reds are 1. Rat. Canate. Go on, you lad.
For any confirmation to anyone looking for the Champions League results that Liverpool are unfortunately 1-0 up against Inter Milan.
Not the Reds.
Biggest
Not the
shot.
Reds that are currently here at
Yeah,
Briton Ferry.
it doesn't mean Briton Ferry. So now Briton Ferry the ball on the right wing. Price back to Lewis Bates, who sends it forward first time. Shepherd is there to cut it out. It's good play from him. Just take a few seconds off the clock. But yeah, Liverpool 1-0 up, and the biggest shock is that the biggest shock of the Liverpool game is that Canate scored, who might be the worst centre half I've ever seen.
Ibu.
Made a great tackle against Leeds as well. So
We're not talking about that game. We're commentating on the game in Briton Ferry. Don't have to talk about Liverpool. You brought it up, but
you brought it up.
yeah, now 1-0 up. Into
The ball's
Milan.
broken to Louis Phillips. He tries to switch it onto the run of Jordan Williams. He might have a bit of room here. Heads it into his own path. Shoots early and it's just against the side netting. You just see that Jordan Williams is oozing with confidence at the moment. He looks like he's going to get a shot on goal every time he receives the ball in the final third.
Yeah, like I said earlier, he's just a little bit more ruthless than what he's been in the past. Sometimes probably would have hesitated or passed it across, but
I'm
yeah,
going to say
he's just gone for the
he
shot.
wasn't. Last season I noticed when I was my first year here, he was very unselfish in front of goal. But But I can't see Jordan passing a one-on-one this year. It's over Mackay's head, but it's also over George's, and Marshall can sweep up and clear it. Louis Phillips looking to get onto the long ball, but it's good defending from Gammon to head it back to his goalkeeper. Rolls it out to Fanning. He gives the ball away though in midfield, and Josh Daniels can step onto it. Ball out wide to Dan Williams. He puts the ball into the box, and it's a good defensive header from Fanning to put it out for a corner.
Four minutes of added time there, Jack. I'll do your job. Whilst you're, I don't know what else you're doing, but yeah, 4 minutes of added time there.
It's also your job as well today, by the way. You're also doing your job. Corness plays the short corner to Marshall. Marshall plays it back to Corness. First time to the front post. It's going to come out to Louis Phillips. It's going to be pressed though. He's managed to beat the second ball. Brilliant play by Louis Phillips. Out wide to Danny Davis. Jordan Williams' touch is a bit heavy. Lewis Bates gets in front of him, and he's done well, the Briton Ferry defender. So Fuller's goal kick. Harrison Mackay's under it. Into midfield for Louis Phillips. Touch is a bit heavy, but he's won the second ball. Looked like he won the second ball. He almost stopped. I don't think he anticipated the mistake.
I think Lou's looking forward to half time. Yeah, he's worked really hard the first half. He could do with the 15 minutes break, I think.
He's youngest on the pitch. Should be plenty of energy.
I know Lou very well, and he's definitely looking forward to half time. Great player, though. Great player.
Jenkins' long throw. Daniels underneath the first one. Corness will clear the second ball. Bounces back to Briton Ferry, though. Ibrahim Kanate goal's been disallowed.
Like I said, we're not talking about Liverpool.
Louis Phillips now. Louis Phillips wins the ball back for the New Saints, deep in his own half. Davis back to his goalkeeper. Shepherd sends it back into midfield. Corness is underneath it, but sent back forward again by Lewis Bates. Mackay's on the loose ball. Tries to clip it forward towards Louis Phillips, who looks to have kept the ball in actually. He's done well, the young winger. But eventually it bounces to Leo in, but he's played a bit short to his goalkeeper, who does deal with it. And his kick is all the way to Shepherd. It did take a bounce then. I thought we were going to see a Tim Howard then for a second.
My heart was nearly in my mouth.
I think Shepherd's was as well. I just saw his little... He had a little bit of a scare there. Has a goalkeeper ever scored in a game between TNS? That's a good question. More for you to answer than myself.
You should know that, really, being a journalist.
No, Stat was the one that knows all that stuff.
Even he doesn't know. I don't know why he's called Stato, to be honest.
But just coming to the last 45 seconds of this first half. Jenkins out to Price. He can get a cross in. This might be their last attack of the first half. Bodenham's under the first ball. Headed forward by Lee Owen. Still not clear. George has it on the right wing. Being held up by Marshall. George hesitates to put the ball into the box. Forced to go back to Smith. Smith into Lewis Bates. He shoots. Bod's hand, asking for handball, but Bodenham's hands were in a natural position. You can see it from where we are.
I've never seen an arm so close to a body in all my life, and they're shouting for handball. Crazy.
So Shepherd's goal kick as we hit the 49th minute. Should be the end of the half. Referee's yet to blow though.
fourth.
And that is half-time here in Briton Ferry. It's currently TNS 2, Briton Ferry 0. Jacob, can I get your reactions to that first half?
Yeah, really good first half. It was obviously a well-worked goal. It was a good goal for the first one. Now we let him into the game a little bit. Obviously scored our second goal, I think, a little bit against a run of play. But yeah, it's been a good half and a good scoreline for half-time, really.
Okay, thanks, Jacob. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Everybody, don't go anywhere.
And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight. And don't be down and don't be such a mess. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
Against all the odds. Celebrations out on the pitch.
So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
It's there against all the odds. Celebrations out on the pitch.
And yeah, it's white and green, you know what I mean. And maybe the time is right for us to back our team. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
And what a beautiful sight I've just seen.
And yeah, it's Champions League and you know what we need. And maybe the time is right for us to find our dreams. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring Maybe the time is right for us to find our dreams. Maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight. And don't be down and don't be such a mess. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
Against all the odds. Celebrations out on the pitch.
So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
It's there! Against all the odds! Celebrations out on the pitch!
And yeah, it's white and green, you know what I mean. Maybe the time is right for us to back our team. Maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
And what a beautiful sight I've just seen.
And yeah, it's Champions League and you know what we need. Maybe the time is right for us to find our dreams. Maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're down
Welcome back, everybody. We are back for the second half. The two teams are out. I'm back with Jacob, yours truly.
Hello, everybody.
He's very happy to be here. If you'd like to have him on games more regularly, just give us a shout on match days, because he'd love to do it. This is actually his idea.
It was my idea because Jack doesn't come up with any ideas whatsoever.
It's not my job to be creative. I just smile in front of the camera and wave.
Yeah, you're in front of the camera a little bit too much sometimes.
It's almost like it's my job. It's unbelievable. It's alright, start. I didn't want to watch the game anyway.
Double sub for Briton Ferry.
Yeah. Yeah, so the number 7 Rio Dyer and the number 14 Ellis Sage are coming onto the pitch. Yet to see who they're coming on for.
Sage. Sage and onion stuffing. Lovely on a Christmas dinner.
It is festive. What is your favourite? That was a video we did the other day with the players. What is your favourite part of Christmas dinner?
Well, Deck asked me before he did the question, and I said roasties, but I forgot about pigs in blankets.
But that is the crucial one that I think it's make or break if there's a pig in blanket or not.
However, my missus does unbelievable roast potatoes, and I'm going to have to stick with them.
If hypothetically your missus wasn't listening to this broadcast, what would you say?
Hey, roast potatoes. Because they are sublime.
We're waiting for the subs because the fourth official hasn't made it quite across the pitch yet. Also, Craig Harrison's currently stood at centre half, so. Just a little bit of delay in the restart.
Yeah, ref doesn't fancy it here, does he? Come on, Sen.
I think that sound system broke. But now we're getting the substitutions. It is the number 19 Connor Smith, the tall right back, coming off for Rio Dyer, and the number 8 Tom Price coming off for Ellis Sage. So double substitution for the home side. Do you think that's got to be a reaction to being 2-0 down, hasn't it?
Yeah, it looks like the players who are coming on are forward players, so we'll see how much they've changed, if they have at all their shape. I think the rest forgot his whistle, you know.
Still delaying the restart here. We're yet to. It's just. Okay, and we are off finally. Ridley Owen takes that kick off, and it's given straight back to TNS by Gammond. And now Jordan Williams looks to skip past the Briton Ferry captain, which he does. Puts it into the box. Headed away initially by Fanning, cleared further by Bates. Harrison Mackay from distance gets a shot away. Comes back out to Josh Daniels on the right wing, into Dan Williams. Little drop of the shoulder to try and get past Jenkins. Forced back to Daniels, who puts a ball into the box. Clark wrestled to the floor at the back stick, not given though. And then it's cleared by... looks like Michael Bates it is. Just for a second there, I thought we were going to see a Harrison Mackay goal.
That is a cracking start to the first half. I mean second half. Made a mistake.
It's almost as bad as Friday night, that. So now it's with Corness. Over the top, looking for the run of Marshall, but he's put a little bit too much on it. But let's go back to that previous chance. As I said, I thought we were going to see a Harrison Mackay goal. I can't remember the last time I saw one of them.
I've never seen one. I'd love to see him score. He's a great lad and deserves a goal.
And it might be his game to get one. As I said, he's playing further forward than he usually does in a central midfield position. Flicked on by Walters, cleared by Danny Davis. Jordan Williams trying to hold off Gammond, which he does. Little back heel looking for Louis Phillips. But it's just bounced back to Williams on the right wing. Holds it up, takes his time, cuts inside. Little Megs on Lewis Bates, and it's into Phillips now. Phillips onto Daniels. Daniels, little drop of the shoulder away from the substitute Dyer. Gets it out to Ben Clark. He lays it off for the run of Jordan Marshall down the left wing. Being held up though by Fanning. Jacobs dropped his water ball. Headed away by Briton Ferry. Further cleared by Lee Owen. Walters flicks it on to Sage, the substitute, who's got a little bit of space on the right wing. Corness gets across quickly though. Gets it inside to, looks like the number 18, George, who's driving away from Harrison Mackay. But Mackay's done really well to get back. However, George still has possession, has managed to get it into the box. He's taken a deflection off Mackay though, who tracked him all the way. So another corner from Jenkins. Jenkins' corner into the back post, headed away by Danny Davis. Bounces back out to Rio Dyer. Davis wins the second ball, and then eventually it's cleared by Lewis Bates. So Daniels is throwing. Jenkins heads it forward. Lee Owen into midfield for Michael Bates. Clark pressing, but they play out well the home side. Now George can come away with the ball. Sends it forward towards the edge of the box. Danny Davis heads it clear. Lewis Bates heads it back into the final third, but it's volleyed away by Corness. Gammond wins the first ball. Jordan Williams trying to get onto the rebound, but Jenkins wins it back. Cleared by Danny Davis. Williams now driving away from Jenkins. Spreads it across the pitch to Marshall. Good play from Jordan Williams. Now back in possession with Bodenham. Up the pitch for Clark, but he's put too much on that and it'll roll out for a Briton Ferry throw-in. You've gone awfully quiet over the last few minutes.
I got nothing to say, Jack, to be honest.
So Corness to Gammond, who puts it out for a throw-in.
Safely in.
Don't know if my little golf can say the same.
Yeah, we've got Ash, the bus driver, come to sit next to us. He says hello off mic to all our fans overseas and ones listening to the radio within the UK and overseas if you want to listen to the radio.
Yeah, but nothing's stopping you.
Exactly.
Hello guys.
That was Ash, the bus driver. I mean coach driver. Coach driver.
The man who's going to get all the players back safe and sound.
And staff, hopefully.
And staff, yeah, ideally. Back in good nick for the Ballard game on the 26th on Boxing Day.
Yeah, the penultimate game of the year. However, not the penultimate game of the first phase.
Yes, that would be Connors Key on the 31st, New Year's Eve.
Correctamundo.
Obviously, Connors Key is sitting second at the moment, but it'd be massive for TNS to go into the new year with 3 straight wins if they continue to hold this 2-0 lead here. So Clark with another long throw in. Into the front post, headed away by Briton Ferry. Danny Davis gets it back out to Clark. Into the box, headed away again by the Reds defender. Bodenham forced back to his goalkeeper. And Shepherd has time on the ball now. Sent forward towards Louis Phillips. Ball gets to him eventually. Louis gets a shot away. It's brilliant play with forehand. Has the defender's trousers down, cuts in between him. Lovely skill from him, but just gets the shot wrong. Sent forward by Fuller. One back by the New Saints, but quickly given away by Louis Phillips, and now Walters can play it forward, but Shepherd's off his line quickly. It's a brilliant long throw from Shepherd onto the run of Josh Daniels. Plays ball inside to the midfield to Dan Williams, back to Josh Daniels. Mackay tries a little nutmeg on Dyer, but doesn't get away with it, and then there's a foul from Josh Daniels. You just hear Craig Harrison there telling Louis Phillips to stop dropping into the pocket to receive the ball at feet and just make runs in behind. Because you'd say he's probably the quickest player, and certainly in the TNS attack, and there's been a lot of long balls, isn't there, Jacob?
Yeah. Jord obviously held it up very well for the attack a couple of minutes ago.
It's going to drop to Gammond, who gets a shot away, but it's blocked by the New Saints. The further cross is blocked by Corness, but it's back out to Michael Bates. Into the substitute Ellis Sage, who gets a cross into the front post, headed away again by Marshall. Jordan Williams now picks up the loose ball. He'll look to drive forward. Good tackle from Briton Ferry, though. A little hiccup on comms, I do apologise. It's out to Rio Dyer. Looked like he'd handballed it, but referee says no. Being held up by Josh Daniels. Puts it into the box, takes a little nick off Daniels. It takes all the sting out of it, and it's cleared by Davis. They go all the way out for a throw-in on the halfway line. Good defending from Josh Daniels. Just did enough to take the sting off the cross. So Fuller sends it forward for Briton Ferry. Bodenham heads it more up rather than out. Walters sends it back forward. Leo and good hold-up play out to George. Blocked by Clark over the cross. It's just a bit of pinball at the moment. TNS just struggling to get the ball moving as fluidly as they usually do. So Clark puts that out for a throw-in, and again, similar to how it was in the first half, isn't it, Jacob? TNS started on top, but they're just kind of allowing Briton Ferry into the game a little bit here.
Yeah, a little bit. It is quite even, though, in my opinion. But yeah, we don't want to let them into the game too much and give them the opportunity to score a goal, really. We want to be quite comfortable as much as we can.
Leo in out to George, put into the box by Gammond. Looks like there's too much on that, and there is. Josh Daniels is onto the loose ball. Dan Williams now. Good tracking from Michael Bates. It looks like he's hit somebody in the crowd.
I think it nearly had stature. I think he's made a great header there.
I'm sure he'll tell us all about that at full time if it has hit him. Mackay sends that forward. Head is more up than out by Fanning. Jordan Williams tries to head it further. Jenkins can clear it though. Michael Bates, lovely bit of skill from him, and then he's fouled by Dan Williams. Jenkins sends that one forward. Bodenham's underneath it. Marshall picks up the second ball and can clear it for the New Saints. Louis Phillips bleeds his body into Jenkins, who comes away with a second ball. It's unlucky from Phillips, and it's gone out for a Briton Ferry throw-in.
Yeah, good header from Bodenham. It's his brown bread and butter. He heads the ball as much as possible. I've never seen him lose a header, to be honest.
So again, there's a little bit of pinball in midfield. Comes down to Gammon. It's cleared by TNS. Fanning again heads it more up rather than out. That's the second time he's done that now. Dan Williams with a strong header in midfield. Jordan Williams now to Marshall. Marshall hooks it forward towards the run of Ben Clark. Hasn't got much support at the moment, Clark. Manages to get it into the box though. Headed away by Michael Bates. Clark brings it down again. Lovely first touch. Gets his shot away. Bounces the second ball in the back post. Still not clear. Williams to Daniels, puts it into the box and it's just too high. It looked like it was going to be a certain goal when it bounced back off the rebound to Dan Williams, but he just didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, I think it bounced away from him a little bit, but great opportunity.
It's TNS, certainly TNS's best opportunity so far of this second half. Sounds like a little bit of a formation change from the New Saints. I think it's dropping the wingers slightly deeper. More to a 4-2-3-1, I'd imagine. So Marshall now tries to send it forward towards Jordan Williams, but there's a second ball on there which Briton Ferry do win. Fuller sends it forward. Marshall wins the first ball. Bodenham wins the second. Headed forward again though by Briton Ferry. Lovely first touch from Walters on the outside of his foot. Forced back to his right back, Michael Bates, who puts a ball back into the box. Cleared again by the New Saints. Over Gammon's head. Jordan Williams will press the second ball. Fanning holding him up again. And Jordan Williams kicks out at Fanning.
Silly that.
Not sure the ref will think this. Got the yellow card out. Jordan Williams gets yellow carded. Apologies for any language picked up there. As I always mention, we are very close to the technical area, so these mics tend to pick up everything.
Kicking off here in the stand, I think. Temper's fled.
Oh, tempers are starting to flare here on and off the pitch. Proper football.
Yeah, it was coming together, wasn't it, I think.
But I think I do agree with the point that I heard Craig Harrison making, that that's not the first time that Fanning's gone for the man and not the ball in that sort of situation. So I think it was with the referee not protecting Jordan Williams. I think he's had the right to lash out. Problem is with Jordan now being on a yellow card, though, he does need to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, he does, to be fair. He's a good lad, Jordan.
Brilliant lad, but I can't use anything he comes out with on social media.
That is a shame.
Josh Daniels wins that header from the original throw-in. Bodenham underneath it, but he's headed it into the path of Rio Dyer on the left wing. A few step overs. Danny Davis wins the first ball. Good challenge from him. And Dyer jumps in for the second ball and gives away a goal kick.
think he's giving a throw there, Jack.
Throw?
Giving a throw to Briton Ferry as well.
I'm not going mental. That looked like a goal kick. I think I looked like the original ball had gone, but we are very far away from it.
Yeah, not really sure what happened there, to be honest. I think the referee's got that one wrong.
I'd love to check a replay, but the only replay that see it has got a pole in the way.
Bodds again there with the header.
Davis clears it forward. Michael Bates underneath it, but Louis Phillips chasing him down. Unlucky from Louis Phillips. Davis on the second ball again, though. And then Lewis Bates puts it out for a throw-in. Big change coming here for the New Saints as central defender Ryan Astles is dressed and ready to come on the pitch. Just think maybe that's more of a physical change for the New Saints. Just add a bit more height in this game, but it has been a lot of long balls. Yet to see who he's going to bring off for him, though. So it is a TNS throw-in. There a bit of argument, a few arguments over whose it was, but now here comes the substitution. So Jordan Marshall is coming off the pitch for Ryan Astles. Captain Danny Davis will move out to left back, and Ryan Astles will come into central defence. You've got to think that'll be more for the physical presence that Ryan Astles adds. The former Chester man is obviously a very big central defender, very tall guy. What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it's not injury related, and I hope it is just tactical.
Yeah, obviously Jordan Marshall's had a torrid time with injuries, so we hope that it isn't something to worry about. I think it will just be tactical, though.
He didn't look very happy as he came off the pitch, but then again,
Marshall never looks happy.
I've never seen him smile. So.
So that is TNS's first substitution of the game after the home side made 2 at half time. So we'll see what type of physical presence Ryan Astles will add to this team. And I think he adds a little bit more experience. As you see, his first action of the game is winning a header. Botherham back underneath that. And again, you've mentioned throughout the game, I can't remember the last time I saw Jack Botherham miss a header. It is his brown bread and butter.
Not sure why you're saying that, but yeah, it's
So Michael Bates now puts it forward, looking for Walters, being held up by Astles, substituting. He does well the centre half. Safety first from Ryan Astles there to put out for a throw.
Yeah, solid centre half for that.
Very much an old-fashioned centre back, isn't it?
Yeah,
physical.
definitely. Really good with his feet though, for a big lad. Really good with his feet.
And there's also a goal threat as well from set pieces when TNS managed to get forward.
Yeah, the lad's about 8 foot tall, so yeah, man mountain. There you go.
The first header. Clark holding up Michael Bates into the box by Jenkins, into the front post, but Nathan Shepherd's quick to react to that.
Good
and
hands.
keeps hold as well. Nathan Shepherd's been such a revelation this season, hasn't he? It's obviously his first half season at the New Saints, and he had big shoes to fill over the summer, obviously replacing Connor Roberts. But how important has he been this season, Jacob?
Yeah, he did have big shoes to fill, but he's done really well. He's come in and cemented his place in the starting lineup. I mean, we spent a lot of the summer trying to find a goalkeeper, and he came in and did really well, especially in Europe.
Dyer with a few step overs, puts the ball into the back post, but that's not troubling any of the TNS defenders as it rolls out comfortably for a goal kick as we hit the 67th minute. Still 2-0 here.
Just coming back to Sheps as well, I love how the way he plays very quickly. He doesn't hold on to the ball for long.
He's very much a modern goalkeeper, isn't he?
Yeah, he gets us out really quick. Just the way he plays is really good and suits us really well.
And he's also not a bad shot stopper either, which is very important.
No, he's still a young lad as well. He's only 24, 25.
Yeah,
so
which is we've just cursed him.
Commentators
curse as he just puts one straight out for a throw in.
Not seen him do that before. He's usually very good at goal kicks, but that wasn't.
As we're talking about how good he is with his feet as well. That's the second time in this half, as I was talking about DD coming back from injury and then he gets headbutted. But now Shepherd has the ball again. Whitley home and pressing, but Shepherd's got plenty of time to pick the ball up. Just a few mind games there, just to get the clock down a little bit. TNS certainly have their eyes on the 3 points. They're more than happy with a 2-0 lead. Shepherd sends it forward. Jordan Williams tries to get underneath it. Michael Bates out to Jenkins, who sends it forward. Ryan Astles cuts out that ball. Jenkins sends it the second ball. Josh Daniels wins the third one. Fanning again. It's like head tennis in midfield at the moment. Gets to sit on the floor. Dan Williams now gets it on the floor and out to Louis Phillips. A few step overs from him. Tries to hit the byline. Jenkins holds him up. And I think he's played it against Jenkins. He has. Really good play from Louis Phillips once again to win the corner for the New Saints.
Yeah, he's done really well today, has Louis.
I think his pace has been detrimental in this game in terms of TNS's breakaways.
Yeah, he's just a really nimble player. He's causing them a few problems down that right hand side, and yeah, bless him, he's
and he's been fouled a lot today as well, which was expected.
Yeah, he's, like I said, he's caused them a lot of problems and played really well.
He always looks tired. Corner now into the back post. Cleared by George. Dan Williams is underneath it though, and looks like it's going to drop to Danny Davis on the right wing. Little dummy from him to get it back onto his left foot. He'll want to cut onto his stronger right foot, but he's beaten to the ball by Michael Bates. Good play from him up towards Ellis Sage. Dan Williams has done well though to stand him up and put it out for a TNS throw-in. Brilliant play from Dan Williams. Maguire now looks for the switch to Louis Phillips. He's going to get to it as well. He's kept it in right on the byline again, using his pace. Cuts it back to Josh Daniels. And Jenkins will come away with the ball though. Big challenge coming here from Harrison Maguire. You can see it coming a mile away. You can hear it from the stands, but it's a fair tackle from Harrison.
Yeah, that made me laugh a little bit, to be honest. He was winning the ball with no problems at all there.
Came flying in like a train. You can see it straight away.
Looks like we're ready in a sub.
The Northern Irishman Rory Holden coming onto the pitch. So Jordan Williams tries to put it over the top to Clark. Headed away by the Reds. Headed back up by Danny Davis. Then the Briton Ferry skipper heads it back into midfield. Now it's with Lewis Bates at right back for the home side. He sends it forward. Looks like Bodenham's going to see it all the way, which he does, away from George, and he clears it up the line. Danny Davis keeps it in for now and plays it against Sage. Good play from him, and now it's out for a throw-in as we wait for the substitution. And it'll be Louis Phillips, the young right winger, coming off for Rory Holden. He's had a brilliant game, hasn't he?
He has had a great game. He's a young and up-and-coming player. He's being clapped off by our supporters as well, and yeah, he's had a fantastic game, bless him.
And he looks very, very tired. I think he'll be glad to have a sit down now.
Yeah. He looks shattered coming off that pitch, I'll be honest.
So another throw in for the New Saints.
Good to see Rory back as well.
It is
He's
good.
been out for a few weeks and back to full fitness as much as he can to try and get some minutes.
George comes away with the ball into Sage. So, high press here from the New Saints, forcing the home side back to their goalkeeper Fuller. He sends it forward. It's a head injury for Josh Daniels. Referee's going to have to stop the game. It didn't look like a nice one.
Whilst the play has stopped, just want to mention about the Santa's Village that we're running down at Parkhall Stadium. Jack will give you some details in a couple of minutes when he's got that. But yeah, for those listening on the radio within the UK, get yourself down to Parkhall and Santa's Village. It's fantastic what Approved Care have done, and yeah, get yourselves down, families and
friends, on your own if you really want to. You know, it's Christmas time. That's handball on the edge of the area. You can see it straight away that it is, and it'll allow TNS to get out from the original free kick. Yeah, they're doing a fantastic job with Santa's Village. It's an amazing day out, so hopefully we'll see you all there soon.
Yeah, they've got plenty of activities, one of which is bauble making. I can tell you, Jack, it's very fun.
I'm hoping you and the little one went. It wasn't just you making baubles.
It wasn't just me. Me and my daughter did go, and we did make a fantastic bluey bauble. I've never seen anything like it in my life. It was fantastic.
You're better than Louis Phillips' performance tonight.
Yeah.
But as we say that, Ben Clark picks the ball up on the edge of the Briton Ferry box, however Rick Owen gets back quick. And Gammond will send it forward to George. You can see how Briton Ferry are playing. They still, with 50 minutes to go at 2-0 down, they still believe they can get something out of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I've obviously seen the results that we've had the last few weeks, and you know, 2-0 up isn't always winning the game, as you've seen the last few weeks. So.
As you mentioned, look, we were in the Welsh Cup. We were 1-0 up with 4 minutes to go against Cardiff Met.
Let's not bring that back into our minds.
That's horrific.
We don't want to be thinking about that. We're trying to be positive. So let's try and stay positive as much as we can. We're 2-0 up at the minute.
Dyer, some good hold-up play down the left wing for the home side. Switched by Jenkins, but he's put too much on it, and it'll go over Louis Bates' head. I'd be interested to see if Craig Harrison makes any other substitutions during this game. I can see Ben Wilson and Harvey Godsmart Ford going through quite an intense warm-up.
Yeah, it'd be good to see Ben back
in the league
again.
Yeah.
He's
been out with injury for
a few weeks, and yeah, it'd be good to see him back on the pitch.
And he got injured at the worst possible moment as well, because it was when he was really starting to get into his stride in terms of goal scoring.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a great player. Still young again. We've signed a fair few young players this year.
And then you say as well, Harvey is the same. He's only 22.
Exactly.
And he's struggled with injuries. I think he was unlucky. I think it was in his first ever start he got injured. Yes, it was against Differdons in the first leg of Europe. But yeah, they've got a few returning players coming back from injury, the New Saints. We see Rory's back on the pitch now. Ben's back on. Really the only long-term injuries now is Adam Wilson. We're yet to see when he'll be back. Just after the new year, hopefully. And then we are praying we will see Leo Smith before the end of this season.
Yeah, fair play. Leo's recovering really well.
He is working really hard to get back to full fitness.
Bless him. He's doing really well.
And he's even shaved his head.
He shaved his head. Leo, if you're listening, I think your head's very beautiful.
Tell Bradders to do it.
Oh, can't say that.
That's what they said to each other.
Yeah, can't say that. Brothers, you've also got a beautiful head.
Harrison Maguire doing really well, and even whips out a little bit of a back heel. Unfortunately, it doesn't come off. It goes out for a throw-in. I think so far in this game, you can say that Craig Harrison's got his tactics spot on. The choice to move Harrison Maguire back into midfield has just added that physical presence, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, very physical team tonight that we're playing against. So matching it up with a equally or even more physical team, it's worked really well for us tonight so far.
So just under 13 minutes to go here in Briton Ferry. It's still 2-0 to the New Saints, and we'll say for now I'll give it to Jordan, the first goal. I think from the replay it was his.
Yeah, I don't know why someone else is giving it to the defender.
Clearly they don't want him to be top goal scorer.
Obviously.
So there's a loose ball on the right wing of Briton Ferry's attack, but Ellis Sage struggles to do anything with it, and he's put it out for a TNS goal kick. I think the best way to describe this performance is a very professional performance from the New Saints. It hasn't been their best work this season. I think the conditions have stopped them from playing the original football that they're so used to, but it's certainly been a professional job from them, I'd say, so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we matched them up all over the pitch, really, and did well with the 2 goals that we scored.
So, Shepherd, won by Gammond, bounces to Rio Dyer. He goes over the top looking for the run of Ellis Sage, but Danny Davis has tracked him all the way and is holding him up there so far. Sage a few reverse step overs to try and create the crossing angle, but it's cleared by Dan Williams, sorry. Getting a bit confused there. There is a lot of Dannys in this team, my defence. It's a good block there from Ryan Astle, stepping out of defence. Sent forward again by Fanning. It was actually a really good pass, but Walters fails to capitalise on it.
Yeah, it was a great knock, to be fair, but he didn't quite get to.
So from what I can hear from the TNS bench is that Harvey Godsmart Ford and Ryan Brobble are both going to come on at some point during now and the end of the game. I can see, obviously, bringing another defender on just to see it out in Harvey, who's also comfortable on the ball and can step into midfield, and then Ryan is more of that out ball to go probably up front with Jordan, unless that's the player they're going to think of taking off.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, it'd be good to see Harvey on the pitch and
Ryan coming back from a little spell of illness.
Yeah, illness has hit the camp.
It has written the squad off
heavily.
the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, it has.
We're also missing Dan Leach, one of our backroom staff.
Who? Yeah. If you're listening, Dan.
He'd be gutted if you heard you say that.
If you are listening, Dan, get well soon.
Matt's done a good job though. Debut first team.
Yeah, however, Matt has done a fantastic job. Yeah. James Dillon here. Just had a little giggle at that one.
Potential shot from Rory Holden, but it's always going wide toward the goalkeeper. So James Dillon smiling because he knows if we win, he doesn't get shouted at for his analysis pre-match.
Yeah, Ash, the coach driver got a little bit excited there.
Limbs, as we like to say.
It was nearly limbs.
Sent forward by Fuller. Little bit of another little elbow there from Walters. I don't know if you clocked that, Jacob, but it's similar to the one he did in the first half that wasn't given as a foul. He's getting away with a few of those today.
Like I said earlier, it must be a new rule. You like to use your elbows as much
Lewis
as you
Bates
want.
has space on the right wing. Great block from Danny Davis, but he's only managed to get it out for a corner. So chance for Briton Ferry here with just under 9 minutes to go. TNS will hope to hold on to the clean sheet. Obviously the 3 points is the most important, but it's always nice to get a clean sheet. Put into the box by Briton Ferry. The header's won by Fanning, but again, never troubling Nathan Shefton. It goes out for a goal kick. Jacob, since this is your first time with me on Co-Coms, I'd like to ask you, as we're not doing a man of the match presentation today, who would be the person I grab for an interview after the game, who would you say? Which player?
Yeah, Louis Phillips. He's had a great game. Do you disagree, or?
I think he's had a great game. He just doesn't really say anything.
You just asked me who the man of the match was, and
he looks tired.
I'm not bothered about
I
the
was
interview.
thinking of Jack Bodenham. He's won everything.
No, Louis Phillips has had a great game. Like I said,
Josh Daniels sends it forward. Dan Williams is on the slip from Jenkins into Rory Holden. Holden with a nice little drop of the shoulder. Mackay down the wing to Josh Daniels, but he loses out to Jenkins. Now Michael Bates can spread play for Briton Ferry. A potential counter-attack here. Forward to Walters, little back heel onto Sage, but Astles again, safety first from the big centre half. I mean, you said Ryan Astles and Man Mountain. I think Briton Ferry have matched that with their number 5, Chris Evans.
blinking heck.
Number 18, George, is coming off. I think Evans is a defender, but you'd imagine they're going to stick him up front for the later part of this game.
I think he's about 10 foot, this lad coming on.
He might make Ryan Astles look short. They're both wearing the 5 as well. They could be brothers. So, first ball again, unsurprisingly won by Jack Bodenham. Now it's out to Jenkins in the centre circle. He'll put one back into the back post. Astles wins the second ball. Rio Dyer puts one over the top. Astles is there to clear it again, though. I think Astles has been brilliant since he's come on, showing his experience. Let's try and see this game out. Fuller sends it forward once again. Looks like the wind's held that up a little bit. The big lad Chris Evans dropping from his striker role in deep to try and win that, but TNS have the ball again. Corness clears it. I don't think he realised how much time he had there in midfield.
No, I think he had he probably didn't need to hit it up the pitch, but it's given us a bit of time to relax. Whilst we have got a bit of time, another thing I would like to mention is the Beer Fest at the Vic this weekend.
I know, I'm going on the Sunday.
Yeah, I am unfortunately unavailable, but if you're in the Newtown area, get yourself down to the Vic. We've got some fantastic Monty's beer on show.
Dan Williams did well to keep that in, but he's put it right into the hands of Fuller. Sorry for interrupting your advertisement, Jacob.
Don't worry, I'm not advertising, I'm just informing people of the fantastic...
Astles comes out better against the big man again. Sorry for interrupting.
The fantastic beer fest that is being held at the Vic in Newtown on the 13th and 14th of December.
Jordan Williams brought down by Gammons. He was in on goal, but I think there was a man covering him, so it's a yellow card. I think it'd be harsh to send him off there for the denial of a goal scoring opportunity.
Slightly, it would be harsh, yeah.
But as you just heard Craig Harrison say, it gives TNS just a second to breathe, take the sting out of this a little bit with just under 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, definitely. It doesn't mean we have to pump it into the box here either. Let's just keep the ball. Waste a little bit of time as well. Just launch it into the box.
Michael Bates looking to beat Harrison Mackay and skits past him well. Good play from Bates. Made Harrison Mackay overcommit there, but Bodenham again there to put out any fires. Gammond spreads it out wide to Walters, who looks like he's dropped onto the right wing area, into the box looking for the big man Evans, or I can call him Ryan Astles' brother. I think he's taller than Astles actually. You've seen them stand next to each other.
He might be.
Jenkins wins the first ball. Dan Williams wins the second. Third header again won by Briton Ferry. Michael Bates flicks it forward. Rio Dyer with a high foot. Referee says no, and now Rio Dyer looks to be in behind, but Dominic Corness has tracked him all the way. Dyer's cross is a little bit too high. Walters will pick it up on the byline from the other side. Gets it back to Ellis Sage.
Get it in!
Now, Gammons, long ball over the top. Has Josh Daniels just one header over the big man? with Dan Williams now. Back to Holden. Holden to Astles. Astles sweeps it clear. Fanning wins the first ball. Rory Holden's on the second ball though. Into Jordan Williams' feet. Jordan Williams back to. Looks like another foul on Jordan Williams. Referee's not interested though. It's back to Williams. Williams is trying to get onto his own through ball. And it's eventually cleared by. Sorry for any laughing. Just Harvey Godsmart Ford has just headed the ball clear before coming onto the pitch.
He is a character. He is a character. And I think he's taking his own throw as well, to be fair. Straight face as well as he did it.
Jordan Williams coming off the pitch for Ryan Brobble, and Ben Clark is coming off for Harvey Godsmart Ford. So Godsmart Ford taking his own throw in. Josh Daniels trying to break a little bit of space here. Jenkins manages to clear it. Corness is on the first ball. Brobble tries to bring it down. Dyer will clear it down the line. Shepherd's off his line here. Bit of a miscommunication between him and Bodenham, but they've managed to get away with it. Just a bit of a heart in your mouth moment there for a sec. In all fairness to Shepherd, I could hear him from here say keepers.
He definitely did. He wouldn't be doing his job if he didn't.
There's 3 balls there.
So, a minute left. We've hit the 90th minute now. Yet to see how much time the fourth official will add on.
Come on! Where's it going?
3 added minutes is what I'm hearing. So it looks like as we about to hit the 90th minute mark, with, from what I can hear, 3 minutes added on. It looks like Briton Ferry are going to suffer 3 minutes added on from the fourth. And it looks like Briton Ferry are going to suffer yet another defeat. That'll just leave them with just 1 win in their last 6. They actually started the season really well, but they've certainly dropped off at the end of phase 1.
Yeah, I didn't think this would happen with them, especially with the way they won the first game.
Yeah, it's a very different Briton Ferry team that we saw at the Park Hall in the reverse fixture. I think they were a lot more, I'd say, braver on the ball.
Yeah, I think we've done really well though today. Not really let them in the game and not let them have too many clear-cut chances.
I think one thing we've done really well today is match them very much physically. I think we've more than stepped up to the physical challenge in terms of the tackling and the headed balls. It's been a very scrappy game, but as I say, Jack Bodenham again wins another header. I mean, he has put it behind himself, but it's a header won, and then Danny Davis with a big 50-50. The other thing that you'd have to mention for Briton Ferry is the fact that obviously Ruben Davis is injured, the man that scored 2 in the first game.
That's right, great player.
Very, very good footballer, young lad as well. Harvey Godsmart Ford looked like he commits the foul, but Danny Davis brings it down. Walters gets a shot away and looks like
Yeah,
Nathan
good save,
Shepherd saved it. It's an important save with just over a minute to go. The TNS are desperate for their clean sheet. They've worked really hard for this. Ball into the box, Shepherd with a big punch. And it looked like it hit a red shirt last, it did. It's gone out for a goal kick.
Yeah, great save from the shot to make it a corner, but yeah, and another...
It's brave goalkeeping, commanding goalkeeping.
Yeah, very good. Kept himself clean sheet there, and not long left in the game. If you want me back on co-coms, Jack, or anyone who's listening or watching, please let us know.
Just going to advertise yourself now.
Absolutely. Market myself. Marketing.
Rio Dyer might be the last chance to go forward for the home side here. Godsmark Ford tracks him back. Up the line to Michael Bates. Now Rio Dyer can put one last ball into the box. Davis is underneath it. It's going to bounce though. Sage gets a shot away. And it's just over the bar. That has got to be the last chance of this game as we're past the additional time now. And that is it. It finishes TNS 2, Briton Ferry 0. A very professional performance from the New Saints. They get their clean sheet. Jacob, what is your reaction to the game?
Yeah, great win. Good 2 goals. Good clean sheet. It's a tough place to come, to be honest. But we've done really well to get a 2-0 win to take back to Park Hall. And I think we go another 12 points clear, is it?
With 13, I think, now.
Even better.
So, yeah, we go back in now for a couple of weeks break now for Christmas, and we will be back on Boxing Day. So, join us then. Everybody enjoy the Christmas period, a lovely Christmas, and join us down at Santa's Village at Park Hall.
Yeah, Merry Christmas one and all. Enjoy.
Don't be down, don't be such a mess. We're dancing in the streets of TNS.